Welcome back to Procrastination Limits, where we're too lazy to be pure pacifists. So I've been going through Deltarune, seeing how much we can spare without using the spare button or pacify in battles. And we've already done this in chapters 1, 2, and 3. So it's time to finish up this year's chapters with chapter 4. Seeing how many battles we can end non-violently without using the spare or pacify buttons. And here are the rules. Of course we have to aim to be pacifist as possible, but we cannot use the spare pacify buttons. If any of those buttons are needed to end the fight peacefully, you have to use violence. And there's a score system to it also. If a recruit is lost, we keep any points we had before losing them, but any additional points that would have been gained after are lost as well. And as for recruits, we can only get up to the recruit limit for them. Cutscene and out-of-battle uses of spare, pacify, or fight do not contribute in either way in either giving us a point or taking away a point. So as we begin chapter 4, Chris is going to wake up from their sleep, and we're going to go back to sleep. Is what I would say if this is chapters 1, 2, or 3. But chapter 4 has a reason to do the Light World segment in this challenge. You see, you can only fully explore Castletown in the Light World segment of chapter 4, which is important for us for the dojo. But also, Castletown is a little different since I haven't gotten every recruit so far. Just as a quick reminder, we were forced to reach chapter 1 recruit, but as for chapter 2, we did in fact get pop-up and mouse wheel. And then every chapter 3 recruit except for water cooler. But since we managed to get that many recruits, we won't be able to do the music game, but we are able to enter Mike's room. And in here we see Mike. Or at least we think it's Mike. They say they're Mike, so they're probably Mike. But in this battle, we're not even able to use fight or mercy, so it's a free win for this challenge. I love chapter 3 recruits being easily sparable. And after a cutscene to see a real Mike, not to be confused with the real Mike, we're gonna continue through Castletown to the dojo, in which we no longer have the original challenges in chapter 2, but we are able to do the La Nino and El Nino refight, which will end automatically after the final turn, after they feel weird that a lamp joined them to the fight. Now after like an hour of screwing around, we can actually enter the Dark World as a chapter. So we jump on down and enter the Dark World. Ooh, that one's gonna leave a mark. And yeah, after all that falling, we're just gonna go ahead and continue now, and oh yeah, that's gotta hurt. Well, at least Susie has some healing magic. Well, at least Rousey is here. Come on, Rousey, you act like she hasn't unsoon you with her healing magic only. Thanks to Rousey's rude remarks, Susie won't use healing anymore for this chapter. What a shame, because I really thought it would be helpful later on. But that leads us to our next battle, which is against two Guays. And no matter how much exorcism, or S action or R action. I couldn't get them to leave the battle without either spare or pacifying, so fighting it is. Well, our next battle is against two Baltasards. If we use Shake on them enough, they get to 100 Mercy. And on the next turn, if we use Shake while they already have 100 Mercy, we can spare them by shaking. So, just do that with the second one too, and you get 2 recruits. Then we meet this old man. Though not like he's gonna do much. Though he is a fun character. And we get to meet those Baltasars again. You know what they say, second verse, same as the first. So we're just gonna shake and what does this act do? Let's see. Well, that's a nice way to get 50% TP. But once you get into 100, just do shake twice and you're done here. Now, after solving this puzzle, 2 more waves are gonna attack us. Which, you already know what's gonna happen. Except, last time we got a knack called just old man, and yeah, we have it here too, so maybe that will help? No, it just made it so the next attack is easier to dodge. A little too easy, I guess. I guess I have to fight them, but just what if it worked one more time? But what if I tried it one more time? It has to work. Yes! So, that's 2 more enemies that we didn't have to fight. However, since we already lost ways as a recruit, they will not add to our score. Our next avoidable encounter is with this Bibliox, which is just move to the left room and then continue up. It's that easy. And as for these ways, you can go around them to get the 8 tomes, or you can just walk up and have them memorized. And by have them memorized, I mean have it on a separate window, showing you the exact solutions you get. And the next battle is against Jackenstein, which has a lot... Okay, it just gets spared automatically after you get 100 mercy by riding up. So we can do the crystal balls for this chapter as well. Strange how it's only the even numbered chapters that work. We could just press the right combination right away, no need to actually get the tomes. Though you might be thinking about, what about Miss Mizzle? Yeah, Miss Mizzle cannot be spared in this challenge, so we just avoid her completely. And next we have the Hammer of Justice. Which Susie wants us to attack since that's how you give haircuts here, I guess. But since this battle can be finished non-violently, we don't fight. Which means a few extra turns, but overall, still beatable. Pacifistly. Is that a word? Now for the mizzles in this room. Just carefully walk around them. And do not touch the spell. But you're able to sneak by. And continue on. After Susie gets some character development, we go around the missiles again. So missiles cannot be spared whether you dazzle, embezzle, nuzzle, or lullaby them. So, as much as it hurts, we have to try this room again. Luckily, the game auto-saves to after the cutscene. So as you can see, yeah, the green book is gone and the door is locked again. So we're gonna have to dodge the missiles once more. So just carefully walk around them, making sure that you don't accidentally... Oh, good. Okay, that was close, but yeah, just walk around them so that they don't actually encounter you. I messed that up. So, just dodge the missiles one more time going backwards. It's not that hard. You should be able to do it. Easily, I'd say. It shouldn't take this many tries. But, after that, the chapter nears its end as we face the night again through one last climbing section. And we head off to finally seal the fountain. Which, I mean, I guess it was a little shorter than the others. Though the Light World segment did take its while, so I'd say it's fine. Except that there's another dark world behind the actual foyer. But to actually get it, we need to hit the subscribe button to open another dark world. To get the code to enter. Now, second sanctuary is unique in this challenge, you could say. Now, first I'm going to say that this isn't the file that I'm using for this challenge, but a separate file to show you how second sanctuary would go normally. You see, the first encounter is against Wingblade, which no matter how much spin or spin S or S action we use on them, we can't spare them. They need our input, I guess. But you may notice that they also have a skill called Whirl, but we can only use that when we have Suzy and Rose. Since we don't have Rose with us, we can't use it. And as you can see, it even says that it spares enemies. So we can't get Rose here, so we gotta fight. There will be 2 lost recruits. Our next battle would be against Wickabell, which tuning does not lead to sparing them, so we do what we normally do. And then after that would be the Sound of Justice battle. Which is just a rhythm game. And you can finish it early by making it so Suzy goes down. Now if you count it the separate battle, we have this another battle against the Sound of Justice now with Chris and Suzy, which you can end immediately by using a tension mech and then better heal. Yeah, I told you heal was going to be useful for this challenge. But yeah, then we find out that this isn't actually Gerson, and then so in that case, going through a second sanctuary would be 2 Wingblades and a Wickabell for the lost recruits, and Sound of Justice either once or twice as a non-violent end to the battle. Well, we can do better. What if we just skip second sanctuary? So after starting second sanctuary, we save and then quit, And then we hold both the run button and the pause button and do a wrong warp by just pressing right as we change screens, and then we just move left again. And now the end of second century cutscene begins. And we can steal the fountain just to enter the third sanctuary. Now, if you already have completion data, as soon as you enter third sanctuary, you're able to save and then go back to your save to do the Castletown sequence stuff again. Though for us here, it's only the mic fight, which doesn't matter really. You might remember that we avoided Bibliox before, so you'd think we'd try to avoid them again, but no actually. You see, now they're with the Wingblade. Well, why does this matter? Couldn't both Wingblade and Bibliox not be spared before? Well, you see, that was true once, but now we have access to Whirl, where if we use it, we summon a tornado to blow away the enemies. And after the battle, every other Bibliox will try to attack us directly, until we leave and enter the room again. So, just gonna redo this fight until I add them to my recruits. So, see ya then, I guess. The next avoidable battle is against Organic, which can also not be spared without the use of Pacify or Spare. But yeah, we just continue on, dodging all of them, and continue. After this, I realized I missed one Baphomet sword, so I just went back to First Sanctuary to get that. And we're done here. So, back to what we were doing. We can leave already without doing the end of chapter stuff. Just to get back to Castletown, where I'm just going to show you our only chapter 4 recruits are Wingblade, Balthasar, and Bibliox. And I just let it pop up. But since we didn't get enough recruits, Jackenstein has to sacrifice himself for us. So sad, but we couldn't fix everything in the way. So let's go to Reach the Night. Who opens a dark fountain in the dark world to summon a titan. Well, before we can fight the titan, we first have to fight the spawn. Which, after gaining enough TP, we can use Banish. Now, we don't know what Purified really means in this context since they disappeared, but it is different from fighting them, so it's a non-violent way, I guess. But after enough preamble, we got the Titan fight, which, no matter what we try, has to end with violence. If you try to use Unleash twice in a row, hoping that you might banish the Titan the same way it did with the spawn, by using a tension knife on the same turn you use Unleash, using Unleash on the second turn will just get Ralsei to freak out. He'll also freak out if you use Check, though I don't think too many people miss this dialogue, but oh well. So yeah, just keep unleashing and fighting until you reach the end of the battle. It's a change that has to end with violence, but Gerson comes in with the save. Not only does he save us from this eternal battle against this Titan. But even though he makes us use 2 attacking acts, the battle doesn't end through fighting, but rather through Susie's idea, which is an act. Even though we used violence to continue the fight, we didn't finish it with violence, but rather with Susie's idea, which appears to really just be using Banish from the inside of the Titan. So, I say this counts as a win for us. And then, Chapter 4 is finally done. And while we weren't able to get every recruit, we did manage to do the best we could. And as we exit, we can take the time to think back of the one who saved us at the very end. As the end of the chapter approaches, with hope in our hearts of what is next, I want to thank you for watching this far. And if you liked the video, leave a like, maybe comment on. Feel free to discuss what you disagree with or agree with as for the rules of this challenge. And subscribe for more videos like this. Chapters 1, 2, and 3 are also already up if you want to check those out. And while we're at it, Chapter 5's video, of course, we can't release that Chapter 5 being out, so I hope to see you next year for that one. If you aren't willing to stick around on the way, I guess.